Hey everyone, so in this video I'm about to show you how to make body cream or body butters. Let's call it body butters. So you need water. So we're in the water phase and I'm going to show you that you need your bowl, your scale. Make sure your area is sanitized. My area is already sanitized, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to show you when I'm pouring the water. So you need to pour in 27 ounces of distilled water, right? 27 ounces of distilled water. So for me, that's going to be 1.5 bottles for me because I'm using that type of water. I'm using the water bottles. So there you go. I'm watching the scale. All right. And now I'm at 27. So now this is not my formulation. Let me just tell you guys, this is not my formulation. I saw somebody on YouTube do it and I watched and I studied her, and then I decided to do it and I decided to share it with y'all because it's a shareable ingredient, right? So I just show you guys, this is a vegetable glycerin. I'm setting my scale again. I am going to pour 1.2 ounces of vegetable glycerin. Right, so I'm getting my little cup because that's a heavy ass bottle and I don't want everything to pour in my thing. We're not trying to waste nothing here. All right. So last year I've been studying this formulation that she had taught, and I decided that I want to do it on my own. So now we're going to do the guar gum, and you want 2 ounces of guar gum, right? 2 ounces of guar gum. Last year when I practiced this, I've been practicing this last year since I stumbled up on this formulation on YouTube. She literally gives out everything step by step how to do it. And I really love how my friend was loving the butter. We test the butter, and the butter lasts the whole entire summer without melting down. And I really love that. All right, so we're moving on to the oil phase, right? So the oil phase, we're going to need 12 ounces of refined or unrefined shea butter. I decided to use refined shea butter because I like refined shea butter, and refined shea butter doesn't have a smell. But I realized that the unrefined, of course, it's unrefined, so they didn't do anything to it. So it does have a smell. And I realized that a lot of people don't like when the shea butter smell is very high, because I had that experience when I had the unrefined shea butter and then I make some shea butter, and even though I put so much fragrance oil in there to kill the scent, when I went to the pop-up shop, there was a girl criticizing my butter that it just smells too much and it's overly smelled. She's one of the butter overly smell too much and it smells like crayons. Yeah, she did say that. She said my butter smell like crayons. Okay, so we're going to add the 12-ounce refined butter. We got to make sure that the scale is saying 12 ounce. Don't over pour too much butter. We're not trying to waste the butter here. We are making sure everything is to the T. I mean, if you're making for a more larger batch, then you have to go figure out how. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of sick, but I decided to do the voiceover today because people's asking me for this video. If you're making a larger batch, then you would have to figure out how much more you need to get a larger batch. Okay, so I'm adding my carrier oils. So I'm using grapeseed oil, apricot oil, and I'm using also vitamin E oil. Right? I'm using vitamin E oil. As you can see, I just showed that. And I mean, I guess she was just being honest, and you just have to appreciate some people when they be honest. Sometimes you can't get mad, sometimes you're like, oh, it's a part of the world. But anyways, we're gonna move on. But so I'm using my Human Files wax. Tongue tie. This is a tongue tie twister for me to say, but we're gonna pour 5 ounces of human files wax. Guys, don't get on me for this, but it's always been a tongue tie for me to say this damn word. So we're using 5 ounces, and we want to make sure that it is 5 ounces that we're using. All right. So now we're going to use 0.8 ounces of stearic acid. We're going to use 0.8 stearic acid. And everything that we're using in this video is very natural to use. It's not no chemical. We actually use guar gum in food. In some food, there's guar gum in some of these things that we eat. Let me just let y'all know this. Even the stearic acid as well. So, yes. So we're gonna pour. Well, I like to fix my scale each time. All right, now so the butter is melted. Yes, the butter is melted, and I'm pouring in the water soluble into the oil. All right, we're pouring the water soluble into the oil, and I'm about to use my hand mixer. Guys, what I tell you about this hand mixer is a lifesaver. Like, literally, I have 3 mixers. I won a KitchenAid mixer from somebody on Instagram, and I also have my other mixer that I bought off Amazon, and I also bought this kitchen hand mixer off Amazon, and I freaking love it. So basically, if I have a lot of butters to make, I could let my two mixers go and run for me, and then use this and then have like butters on deck. You know what I'm saying? It's really fun. I really love this hand mixer. All right, so now we wanna mix it up. As you can see, it's quickly turned into, it's getting thick. The reason why it's getting thick as I spin it, I should say, but as I mix it, not spin it, it's because I allowed it to cool down. So you want to really make the butter, you want to really make it just cool down in its cooling phase, right? You want to allow it to cool down in its cooling phase. It looks so fluffy, so creamy. Oh my God. Look at it. Look at it. It looks amazing. It looks so amazing, guys. Ooh, I tell you, this recipe is one for the books. She done, the person that gave this recipe, it was needed. It was freaking needed. It was needed. And I appreciate her for that. All right, so in my cooling phase, I am going to use my preservative. And it's going to be the Up-to-Date preservative that I'm using in there. It's really good. You guys can get it off Amazon. I'll link everything down below in the description box. What I have used. So, yes. Yeah. And the reason why I bring her up into my video, because I could have easily be like, this is my formulation and I did it. No, I'm not going to do that. Fair is fair, right is right. This formulation been on YouTube, but I studied the formulation since last year. I see if the formulation was going to be a right fit for me, and just in time, my customer ordered wholesale butters, right? She ordered, and we're going again because I'm making 2 batches right now. So if you guys realize that I'm making 2 batches, yes, because I'm getting to what I'm going to tell you why I'm making 2 batches. All right. So, this, I could easily say what's mine, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not an unfair person. This formulation is on YouTube, and she's on YouTube. Her name is Renee. I know, I don't remember exactly what her full YouTube name is, but her name is Renee. And she gives out the formulation, and I think it's since a year ago she gives out the formulation, because it's a year ago that I know about the formulation. And I really like it because I tested it out for myself, and I really like the formulation of it, because it holds up. It holds up a lot. You know, when it's traveling, it holds up. And you could have this butter all year round. If you choose to use this formulation all year round, you can use this formulation all year round if you choose, you know. So you won't have to go back and forth to saying, this is a formulation that I use in wintertime, or this is a formulation I use in summertime. You guys can literally use this formulation all year round, you know, because, you know, some people do live in warm climates and they would like to try butters too, you know. So it wouldn't limit them from buying the butters from you, because they see that your formulation holds up. All right, so I'm adding my strawberry fragrance oil from Plant Guru. I really like their scent. Their scent is really nice. It's strong as hell and it smells good. And I'm using some microcolors that I bought off Amazon. I also bought Plant Guru fragrance oil scents off Amazon, but you could actually buy them from their website, you know, because they sell it by the gallon, and those are the small bottles. Right. So we're gonna mix that up. We're gonna mix it up. Mix it up. You know, guys, the flu. Ooh, when I tell you this flu is trying to beat me, but I'm beating it. I don't play when it comes on to getting sick. I try to kick it out. But yeah, as I was saying, the formulation is really good. I'm making it for my customer that lives in LA. She orders butters because she do a lot of pop-up shops, a lot of a farmers market, and yeah. So I add a little bit more of my mica color. You know, even though it shows red, it's not so much red. It's like a reddish pinkish, but that's okay. And I'm gonna call this one is Strawberry Daiquiri that I'm making for her. It's a Strawberry Daiquiri. And as you can see, the reason why I actually like the mixer too as well, because when you mix, sometimes when you mix with your hand, the color doesn't come out great. You know, even you could also use your regular mixer, pour in the fragrance oil and the mica color, and mix it with the mixer, and you notice that the colors come out brighter than what it should be, because the mixer is stronger than your hand. You understand? The mixture is stronger than your hand. So trust me, the butter is getting real thick, guys. The butter is getting real thick. Sorry if I feel like I'm talking all over the place. I hope not. But the butter is getting thick right now, really thick, really thick, and I like that, you know, because it's in its cooling down phase. It's really getting down to the nitty-gritty of getting into its cooling phase. And when I say cooling phase, that means it's getting colder. You know, it's getting cooler, and as it gets cooler and cooler, it becomes thick. Can it be piped? Yes, ma'am. It can be piped. You can pipe this butter once it's fully 100% in its cooling phase. You can pipe this butter. So if you're a person that loves to pipe your butters to make it look cute, or do your ASMRs and your yada yada, yes, this ingredient will allow you to pipe. Okay, so don't fret. You will be able to pipe your butter once it's in 100% cooling phase. Alright, so I'm still mixing. You know, I'm really loving the texture. I'm really loving what it's giving. It's giving, guys. It is giving. It's really giving. It's so pretty. And this is Strawberry Daiquiri. Ooh, Strawberry Daiquiri. Yes, guys. So, yeah, my customer lives in LA, and it's hot out there, you know? So I wanted to I switched the butters that I gave her the last time to this ingredient, because I know it's gonna melt down. And there you have it, guys. That is one of the gallon. So that's a gallon of strawberry daiquiri butter. All right, that's a gallon of strawberry daiquiri butter ready to be shipped. You see how creamy it is? Oh, it's so creamy, guys. It is so creamy. Oh my God, it's just melting in the skin. Lord of mercy. It is melting in the skin and it smells so freaking good. It smells so good. Yep, and we're gonna close it up. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna close that up. All right. We're gonna put we're just gonna speed up this part. We're literally gonna speed this part up. Well, I'm just literally just writing the name of it, strawberry daiquiri. You know, don't mind my handwriting. You know, I'm gonna put it under the table and move on to the other butter. All right. And I'm so happy that I'm wearing these aprons because, guys, there's times then when I'm finished making butter and, boy, let me just tell you, my clothes will have butter all over. See how it was caking up because it was cooling down and I disturbed its cooling down phase. But that's okay. It will eventually cools down. As I said before. Once it cooled down, that's nice. Somebody asked me if you would be able to pipe it into a bottle. Alright, so let me tell you this. It gets thick, right? It gets thick, but not so thick to it not so thick to the point that it's tough and it's hardened and you can't dig down in it. You understand? So I didn't test that out yet, because I was too busy doing my wholesale butters, but I will. I'm adding Jamaican fruit. I'm adding Jamaican fruit fragrance oil. As you know, I'm using plant guru, so I added the fruit. No, and I'm using blue mica color, of course, because this is the Caribbean. This is the Caribbean rum punch. All right. Caribbean rum punch. Okay, this is a Caribbean rum punch, and with the Caribbean rum punch, it comes in 2 colors, but you guys won't see the 2 colors on camera because I don't like to be repetitive, and I already show you guys 2 times how I go about putting the oil in the butter and the mica color, and I didn't want to be repetitive because I know that people don't like to see repetitive things over and over. So yeah. So the Caribbean rum punch comes in blue and green. It's just thinking about the ocean, the beach, everything. Like you on vacation, that good smell. It smells real good. But as I was saying, it's in meaning that it's in this stage. You see how it's in this stage and it don't cool down as yet? Let me tell you something. If you want to test it out and turn it into a body cream where you have the pump, get your machine. Get your machine. I have one. I have a filler machine. You can use that. You can use your filler machine, pour it into your filler machine, and start pumping it into pumping bottles that use for body lotion. And you could literally let it. You can let it sit and let it sit and let it stays in a cooling phase. I will tell you from now, it will get thick, but not thick as in like it's hard like a rock. Because I've been there too many times where I see people body butter hard as a freaking rock. And then try to pump it out and see if it will come through the pump. If it comes through the pump real good, then you're on your go. You could make it into a pumping body cream lotion, something of the sort, you know. We turn your hand, make fashion over here, you know. No limits to what you do with your body butters. No limits. Yeah. No freaking limits. Um, and this butter already has its preservative. I'm a Jamaican fruit fragrance oil and the blue mica. All right. So now I'm putting on my gloves because we all know people like to criticize, and I had to change my gloves, and I was not going to forget this part that I need to put my gloves back on because yeah, we don't want the gloves police coming talking about I don't got no gloves on. And I'm very, very, very skeptical in everything I do. I like to clean things. I like to use clean things on my customer stuff, But yeah, this is it, guys. It's getting thick. As you can see, it's thick. So it's thickums over there. Look at it. Ooh la la. Woo. Guys, it's so amazing how you could just make stuff and make it look good. Ooh, it's amazing. Really amazing. All right, so this gallon already had butter in it, so I'm just filling it up with some more butter because I like when my customers get their money's worth. Of course, why not get your money's worth? So this is going to last her for a while. All right. And she has a lot of pop-up shops coming up in LA where she lives. And it's going to last her for some good while, because she only used 4-ounce jars, right? She only used 4-ounce jars. So just imagine somebody that only used 4-ounce jars, right? It's going to really take her a long time to come back to me, and I love that. I love that. All right, so I'm just spreading it like it's cake batter. It really feels like cake batter when you're making these butter, guys. It really feels like cake batter. Sorry for the cars that passing. This guy outside, he be passing like 10 times, and he lives up the road like go sit somewhere. I'm trying to make a video. But nah, guys, I'm sorry. But I'm spreading it. I make sure she getting everything, and voila, la la, ooh la la, and I'm closing it, and it's ready. Caribbean rum punch, guys. Caribbean rum punch. Yes.